Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for BroadwayWorld. In Transit is Broadway's first a cappella musical. It will open on December 11th at Circle in the Square Theater. And we drop by the rehearsal room to meet the company and to bring you a sneak peek.
It's a Saturday night, and on a Saturday night, people are supposed to have fun. So have fun. But I'm totally fine, just sipping my wine from a box. Perhaps I should write you an email.
Use dictation. You and me are home. For better or worse,
I love you, I do.
you are home to me, and I promise I'll always be home to you.
There's until I get where I have to get. I'm not there.
I'm deep beneath the city with 1,000 other strangers.
How excited are you two? Broadway's first a cappella musical.
It's incredible. It is my first experience singing a cappella music, except for like madrigal singing in madrigal gowns in high school.
Still counts.
Yes. So this is incredibly daunting and also kind of an exceptional experience. James has some experience.
I was in the SoCal Vocals at the University of Southern California, USC's premier a cappella group, four-time winner of the International Collegiate Competition of a cappella. Yeah, shout out. So I came in being like, I know college a cappella. I know this kind of stuff. I've worked with Deke before, and I'm completely blown away. This is the hardest thing I have ever had to put up on its feet, I feel like. We spent the first 10 days of rehearsal just on music. Like entirely on music, and it was about blending and it was about learning the music, and then also I feel like somehow I've become a better musician just in that my ear has been challenged in ways that I'm hearing things when I'm around that I've never heard before.
11-part harmony? How often do you sing an 11-part harmony? I mean, it's like we are the orchestra. Every sound that you hear in our show is created by our voices or our beatboxer, who's incredible. So yeah, it's unlike anything else.
Great, you get to play all these different characters in this one show?
So fun.
And that's part of that ensemble energy of this show too. You know, it's that feeling of getting to be able to put on a different hat. And you know, we all get a moment to shine in the show. Yeah. And when we don't shine, we take great joy in supporting each other in their moment. You know, and I think that's what's kind of beautiful about this show. And also it represents New York City. You know, New York City is a city of people that are all kind of in their own direction, going their own ways. But I know, as a born and raised New Yorker, I know that when, you know, I remember 9/11 and I remember how New Yorkers banded together and I remember the blackout. Do you know what I mean? When New Yorkers helped each other.
Yeah.
And I think that spirit of ensemble is actually very New York. Mm-hmm. As much as people think New Yorkers can be kind of, you know, off-putting and rude, it's actually the opposite when it really counts.
Yeah, it's an amazing community of people here, and I think that a cappella is just the smartest way to showcase it, because it's the ultimate relying on one another, and that is so the spirit of New York. You know.
So who's your favorite characters that you play, or the favorite one to find?
I know who mine is. Like bitchy booth lady. It's like there's no way.
We all know her.
We know her. We see her every day.
Nails it.
We will walk down the street before we go to that booth to get her help. Like I'm not dealing with it, and I love playing that character.
Yeah, but what's so great about the show is that it always kind of just bends the stereotype a little bit, you know? Yes, you have the bitchy booth lady, but how many times do we think, oh, that bitchy booth lady is somebody. She's coming in with her own set of problems.
Absolutely.
She has to deal with horrible people in transit. You know, maybe I'm going to be nice to her today. Maybe that's why she's upset, you know? And the show really does that with a lot of the characters. You see behind the scenes and you see why they are the way they are, and you don't write them off necessarily as easily.
So who was the most fun or coolest for you to find?
Wow. I mean...
I know what my favorite one of yours is. He plays like the office guy who, like the mail guy. That's who he usually is, who hands out all the mail and all the important paperwork. I mean, he jams it out. I can't even
I come in with a set of headphones and like if I just put myself, it's like if I was working in the mailroom and, you know, I was 30 something and I was like, what would I do? I would have as much fun as I possibly could. So I can't come in with headphones and like, I'm literally like rocking out, handing people their mail and stuff like that. That's definitely one of my favorite characters. I think probably my most challenging character would have to be a bartender. Because I'm having to pour shots and do stuff, and I mean I'm left all to my own to choreograph that, and so I'm like
But
trying
you're
to do
so amazing
cocktail.
at it.
I'm
But
trying to do cocktail like Tom Cruise, like cocktail. I'm like doing things, so I'm practicing, and that's my most fun to figure out that guy.
What is the secret to a cappella of like staying in your own heads? How do you do it?
Staying in our own heads. Well, the thing, we have in-ears that help us. So we have in-ears, and we basically have like click, which will give us tempo. We get played pitches, and then we can also hear each other, but we hear each other at different volume levels. So it's quite crazy when you first put them in there, but it's all about kind of like breathing together and being with each other and matching each other and blending. And then we kind of operate as an orchestra, which is what we're doing in the show.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the nice things about this is that one of the themes of the show is sort of enjoying the moment and not worrying about, you know, where you've come from or where you're going or the results so much. So what we're really trying to do is be a true ensemble and sing together, breathe as a one singer and blend. And that's really, you know, a beautiful sort of concept, you know, the idea of blend, especially when you are all of the accompanying music, you get to really support each other in a way that, you know, is even above and beyond you would in a different, you know, traditional style show.
What's your favorite or the coolest to find that character? Like, I love playing this one, or I love finding that one.
I mean, I think it's a tie between Nina, who's like a party girl / genius / hard worker. So she's like on the outside, like cleavage and makeup and doing shots at a bar, but is also like really good at her job and really focused. And I'm not much of a party girl, so she's fun because she's not like me. And then I am a sanitation worker in this number that showcases the people who make the city run. So like MTA employees and stuff like that, and I have a rap, and it's really I get to rap on Broadway, so that's really cool.
Cool things to do in this show. What about for you?
I know I play like 7 different people. Yeah,
coolest.
And well, I think, gosh, well I might be playing Elsa. That's right, I said Elsa, ladies and gentlemen. I almost said Alpha. Alphabet, Elsa, same thing. You know, as you do. And then, and I'm also I'm playing Coffee Cart Guy, which is like the counterpart, I think, to her, one of her tracks. And then I play a Harvard intern. So yeah, I get to play, I don't even know what that was. But I get to play
good. I knew what it was.
I get to play a lot of like really fun, different things that I would obviously never get to play in real life, which is what's the best thing about what we do, is getting to show up every day and get to play. And then on top of it, get put in costumes and get to play. So we're excited.
Favorite pinch me moment of working on this show for each of you has been what?
Oh man, how do you ask that question and expect us to be able to choose one? I think there's been so many different things. I mean, and I think you started with it. Just to be a part of. I mean, just the opportunity alone is pinch me enough. I mean, I think the team we're working with such a great cast. Everyone individually is a quadruple threat, and you have a lot of talent at an awesome table. So I'm just kind of freaked out about the awesome, amazing talent that we get to work with every day.
Mine was just getting the news that we were going to be on Broadway. You know, that was my real, like, we're there. And so that was the pinch me moment for me, is that finally we were going to see a cappella. Because I come from the a cappella world, the beatbox world, and so just to see this art form on this grand stage has really been breathtaking.
And there's gum on the seats and graffiti on the wall, but it's real and it's here, and I'm part of it all. So this is what it feels like to be happy in the moment, to realize it's okay. We all get stuck along the way.
what it feels like to be here, to be